right? So if graph of any function is given and if we are taking x in place of minus x, then we have to reflect entire graph with respect to y-axis, right? If suppose graph of sin x is this one, right? Then graph of sin inverse x will be like this. Graph of sine of minus x will be like this, right? So its graph will be like this, right? This is the graph of, if you are putting minus x in place of x, this will be the graph. So again, for example, graph of y equals to sine inverse x. Graph of y equals to sine inverse x is like this, right? This is the graph of sine inverse x. This point is here pi by 2. This point is here minus pi by 2. This point is 1 and this
பார்க்கும்போது எரிச்சல் என்னடா அப்புறம்
அன்மியூட் பட்டு பேசுற.
நான் வாண்டே பேசல, நான் இங்கே பேசுறேன்.
now see. So this is the graph of y equals to sine inverse x. To draw the graph of y equals to sine inverse of minus x, we have to take reflection of all these portion along y axis. So the new graph will become like this. Right? This is the graph. Again, this side it is pi by 2. This side it is minus pi by 2. This side it is minus 1. Everything will be same. Right? This is the graph of y of sine inverse x. Right?
1 minute, sir. Radha, sir.
Keep noting down everything. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Like already I have discussed graph of log x. The graph of log of x is this one, right? This is 1, 0. This is log x graph, natural log x graph. And if I take here log graph of negative x, same base. So its graph, you have to take just reflection along y-axis. So its graph will look like this. This is the graph of, this is minus 1, 0. This is the graph of log of minus of x. Okay. Note down everything fast, right? Next graph, e raised to x. Y equals to e raised to x. Here y equals to log x. Y equals to e raised to x. So its graph is this is the graph of y equals to e raised to x. So what will be the graph of y equals to e raised to minus x?
நான் ஆட் பண்ணி விட சொல்லுமா ஹாட்ஸ்பாட்.
And draw and send the graph of this one fast. Send the graph of y equals to minus x. Okay. So what procedure we are following here? What procedure we are following here? Just we are taking reflection of entire curve in along y-axis. Right. This is the procedure we are following here. So just draw the graph of y equals to e raised to minus x, right? And send that graph on the group. Everyone just do it fast. You have to take reflection in y-axis. Reflection of each point along y-axis.
Like this.
Now transformation 2. Anyone got this? What is the graph of y equals to e raised to minus x?
From left to right, we get the same curve.
Just send that one on the group.
1 minute, sir.
Thirumalai?
Sir,
Sir,
Yes, send both of you. Send this answer. Graph of e raised to minus x. Right? Yes, so
Correct
is graph,
answer.
Thirumalai. You have to take reflection along y. Yes, correct. Yes, correct. Now next one. Everyone see this one. Yes, correct. Now next one. Okay. So transformation 2 is if we are replacing y 2 minus y. Now just see the second transformation. Okay. So second transformation, if we are putting minus y in place of y. Suppose the function is y equals to sin x. Right. So when we have to find the graph of minus y equals to sin x. So in that case, we have to take reflection of entire curve in x-axis. Right? If we are putting this in y in place of minus y, then we have to take graph of we have to take reflection of entire curve along x-axis. Right? For example, so this is the graph of y equals to sin x. This is the graph of y equals to sin x. What will be the graph of minus y equals to sin x? Right? So we have to take reflection of entire curve along x-axis. So its graph will be like this one. Right? Right on procedure is right on the procedure also. Procedure also. Take reflection of entire curve along x-axis. Right? This is the procedure. Suppose next example is y equals to e raised to x. Right? The graph of y equals to e raised to our x is this one. So what is the graph of minus equals to e raised to x? Here x is positive. I am putting minus y in place of y. So graph of this one, just take reflection along x-axis. So its graph will be like this one. Right? This point is minus 1 comma 0. This point is 1 comma 0 here. Now any doubt?
0,
Oh yes. 0 comma minus 1. Here 0 comma 1. Anything else also? Yes. Right, so graph of minus times this also you can write down y equals to minus e raised to x. Both are same things. Both are same thing. Y means value of the function. Now write down procedure 2. Transformation 3. Right. Right. So here, if we are replacing x to x minus alpha. Right? If we are replacing x to minus alpha. Right. So procedure we have to shift entire curve. Whatever the value of alpha is there, we have to shift the entire curve towards right side. Whatever graph is there, we have to shift the entire curve towards right side. By which value? By this alpha value. Right. So the procedure is shift entire curve parallel to x-axis with mod alpha times or units towards right side. Right? We have to shift the entire curve towards right side.
Sir, parallel to this axis, sir.
Parallel to the whatever graph is there, fix the position. Don't move upside down below side. We have to shift the graph either left side or right side. Right? Got it?
Sir.
So suppose let's take a graph. For example, y equals to log x. What is the graph of y equals to log x? So this is the graph of y equals to log x. Right? This point is 1, 0. Right? Now we have to shift this graph from this y equals to log x to y equals to log x minus 3. Right? But now we have to fix entire graph towards right side by 3 unit. Got it? So if we shift this entire graph towards right side by 3 unit, so this number 1 is there. So if we are shifting this number towards right side, then this number, this 1, 0 point will become 4, 0. Right? So graph will start with 4, 0. 4, 0. And see, previously this graph is approaching towards this y-axis. Now y-axis will become or this point 3. This is x equals this line is called x equals to 0. That is y-axis. Here y-axis will work as this line. That is x equals to 3. And graph will approach towards this line. Got it? And graph will pass through 4, 0.
Why do we have that perpendicular line which is x is equal to 3, sir?
What?
Why do we have to take that x is equal to 3 line, sir?
See, we have to show that this graph is approaching to what are the asymptote for this new curve, for this new graph. So here asymptote is x equals to 0. That is this y-axis line. This line is a asymptote. I hope you know asymptotes.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Right.
Got it, sir.
So here asymptote is x equals to 0. For the new graph, asymptote will not be y, this x equals to 0. Y-axis will not be the asymptote. So a graph will approach towards this new line, that is x equals to 3. As you can see, this is the old graph is approaching towards this line, and there is one gap of 1 unit between this point and between this asymptotic line. So here also there should be one gap of 1 unit between this asymptote line and this point 4, 0. Right? Same as here point will be 2, here 1. All points will be same. Only graph is shifted towards right side. Right?
Okay.
Also you can write down, and if it is x plus alpha, then we have to shift entire graph, entire curve towards left side by same unit, right? If x minus something is there, we have to shift the entire curve towards right side. If x plus something is there, x plus 3, if suppose if x plus 3 is there, we have to shift entire graph towards left side. Right? Now see one more. For example, if we have log x to log x plus 1, we already know graph of log x. So now draw the graph of log x plus 1. What will be the graph of x plus 1? Now the graph will shift towards left side, right? The same graph, this will shift towards left side by 1 unit, right? So here the graph will approach towards this point, that is -1. This will work as a asymptotic line. And previously it was passing through 1, 0. So this point also will shift by 1 unit towards left side. So this point will become 0, 0. So its graph will be like this one. Right? So this is the graph of log x plus 1. Only what I am doing here, only you have to do just shift the graph, just hold the curve and shift it by 1 unit towards left side. Right? Whatever changes are being to
Sir,
these points, same point you have to follow the procedure. Yes?
sir, doubt, sir.
Yes?
Sir, the x should be less than -1, no, sir.
For which graph?
Okay, sir, I got it, sir.
X
I
plus
thought,
1 should be
I
greater
thought
than
that,
0.
yes, sir. It should be greater than -1. Sir.
Yes, it should be greater than -1. Yes, here it is greater than -1.
Yes, sir.
Argument cannot be negative for any type of any type, right? For any
Okay,
case,
sir, now wonderful.
this argument cannot be negative for log.
Okay, sir.
Got it?
ஒரு நிமிஷம் என்ன
Now
கேக்குறாங்க
next example.
இல்ல நெகட்டிவா இருக்க கூடாதுல்ல x plus 1.
ஓகே
This is the domain. This part is the domain. If you take any value between this range, the log will be defined. -1 for only this one. For the graph, this graph is for this curve, this function y equals to x plus 1. Okay. If function is
okay.
changed, then graph also will be changed. Now next one. Suppose we have draw the graph of sine inverse x plus x minus 2. Draw the graph of this function.
Sir, drawn, sir. I'm sending in the group, sir.
Show me the graph. Which one?
Sine inverse of
Yes, yes. Show the graph.
yes, sir. Send, sir.
Yes, correct. You have to mention all these points also. 1 and minus 1 also you have to mention. See. This is the graph for sine inverse x. This is 0, comma 0. And this point is minus 1. This point is 1. Here it is pi by 2. And here it is minus pi by 2. So if you are converting this graph with this one, so the new obtained graph will be, so we have to shift entire graph towards right side, right? So this point will become, this 0, comma 0 will become 2, comma 0. The new graph will be like this. So this point is 1 and this point will become 3, comma 0. This point is 1, comma 0. On y-axis everything will be same. This is minus pi by 2. This is pi by 2. Right? Yes, correct. Yes. See these lines, if you draw a line like this one, these lines are not asymptotes because graph is stopped here. It is not going towards infinity. These are just helping lines. Now next one. Transformation next. I think fourth. Yes, if we are changing y to y minus a or plus a, transformation 3. If we are replacing y to y minus something, right? So we have to shift the entire graph downside, right? We have to shift entire graph downside by this unit, by a unit. So procedure is shift entire graph down by mod alpha, mod a unit, right? So suppose we have y equals to sine inverse x, this graph. Okay, so from this graph 2, we have to draw y minus 2 equals to sine inverse x. Or also we can take 1. Also we can take any number also. Just take 1 only. And later we will see. 1. Right? See, y minus 1 means, if we are writing y minus 1 means, it is something like y equals to k plus 1. K is the function. And if we are subtracting from y, that means we are adding from values of y, which we are getting from equation. So this y minus x also you can write down y equals to sine inverse x plus 1. This is also same. No, see. If we are subtracting, just understand this one only. Okay. Here we have to shift the entire graph upside. Right? Yes. Up.
Sir, can we use T3 now, sir?
Sorry,
Transfer 3.
what?
It is like the same, sir. Transfer 3.
What you are saying?
Sir, after moving the 1 there, sir, y is equal to sine inverse of plus x.
See.
See, sine
In
inverse of
this
x
case,
plus 1.
in this case, just give me 2 minutes.
We can now use
If
the
we are,
third case, sir.
if y equals
Transpose
to
3.
fx
See,
is there.
transfer 3.
See this one. If y equals to fx is there, if we are subtracting any value from this fx alpha, then
Yes,
we
sir.
have to shift entire curve downside. If we are adding something, then we have to shift entire curve upside. Okay.
Sir, you are telling ulta.
No, just see. If we are
Sir, we can write the
subtracting
plus 1
something,
as
if we are, just understand, if we are subtracting, we have to shift entire graph downside. If we are
Upside
adding, we have to shift entire graph upside. If we are subtracting from the expression, not this y, right? If function is y equals to sine, suppose if function is y equals to sine inverse sine inverse x, and we are converting this sine inverse x to sine inverse x plus any value or minus any value, -2 or -1, like something. Then we have to shift entire curve downside. If we are subtracting something, then entire curve downside. If we are adding, then entire curve upside. This keep in mind.
yes, sir.
So graph of sine inverse x, this one. And this is pi by 2. Pi by 2 is 1.57 something. This number is minus pi by 2. X-axis will remain same. This is 1. So this graph too, we are subtracting something from sine inverse x. So graph will go down. So suppose this point is here. This was 1.57. So this point will be, if I subtract 1.57, if we subtract 1 from 1.57, that is maximum value of sine inverse x. So we will get only 0.57, right? Somewhere here. So graph will be like this. This
Sir, but
point
it
will
is
be minus pi by 2 minus 1. This point will be pi by 2 minus 1, right? And this point will be minus 1, comma 0, right? Subtracting means you have to subtract -1 from maximum value and -1 from minimum value. So my maximum value on the y-axis is pi by 2. Minimum value is minus pi by 2. Now you have to subtract -1 from both values. So pi by 2 minus 1 is 0.57. This is irrational number. So 0.57 So many digits will be there. So you will get only 0.57. So 0.572 minus pi by 2 minus up to minus pi by 2 to minus 1, comma 0. Right, Arun?
Sir, but
Uh,
it exceeds the value of the range now, sir. Minus 5 by 2, comma 5 by 2.
What?
Doesn't that exceed the value of the range, sir? Pi minus 5 by 2, comma 5 by 2. The
Yes.
graph that we have got
Yes,
now,
these are the values. On y-axis means these are the values of the function. Minus pi by 2, pi by 2, these are the values of the function.
then I got it.
Huh?
Nothing, sir. I got it, sir.
Yes. Tirumalai,
Sir,
what, sir?
you both got it?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, just write down one more concept.
Very good.
Draw one more. Y equals to cos inverse x to y equals to cos inverse x and plus 1. So here you have to shift this graph of cos inverse x upside by one number. So graph of cos inverse x is this one. Right? Now you have to shift this number by 1 towards upside. Right? So this previously, this point is, this is 1, comma 0. This is minus 1, comma 0. And this point is here pi. This point is here 0. Now this will become, this point will become 1. And this pi will become pi plus 1, comma 0. And this point will become pi by 2 plus 1, comma 0. Right? On each value which is present on y-axis, you have to add 1. Right? So graph will shift towards upside. Note it down fast. Next one.
1 minute, sir.
Transformation 5. Yes, procedure is, if you are adding something, then graph will shift towards upside. If you are subtracting something in y means, it means total function. So if you are subtracting, the graph will go towards downside.
Sir, it's 0, comma 5 by 2 plus 1.
Oh yes, by mistake. So 0, comma pi by 2 plus 1. Here also this will be 0, comma pi plus 1. Right? This is 0, comma 1. Right? These points are same. This is 1, comma 0. Here this point is minus 1, comma 0 on x-axis. Only y will be changed. Now next transformation, I think 4. So replacing x to kx, where k is positive. Right?
It's transformation 5, sir.
5, yes. I don't
Sir,
know. What?
there are also no power.
Yes. We are living in same area. I visited 2 temples today in Pattiswaram.
Where are you?
Here are also no power, sir.
Okay, just write down.
2 Pattiswaram.
Just understand next one. So next concept is if we are multiplying something with x, like we have graph of sine x and we want graph of sine 2x, right? In this case, we have the procedure as right. So the procedure is whatever value of k is given, we have to divide, right? Divide all values of x-axis by k, right? We have to divide all values by k. Suppose graph of sine x is this one.
Sir, can you go upside, sir? Little bit.
Yes.
Or came, sir.
Yes.
Here.
What you have written is written, sir, y is equal to sin x is replaced to
Replace with
Sin
y equals to
kx.
sine 2x.
Dx, sir.
Here k is 2, right? Also, you can write on sine kx. So whatever values are present on x-axis, each value will be divided by this k. Suppose I am taking here k as 2 or sine 2x, right? So each value we have to divide. See, previously we have here pi, and at this point we have here pi by 2. This is 3 pi by 2, and this is 2 pi. Like this, we have all these values here. This is minus pi by 2. This is minus pi, like this. Now we want, this is the graph of sine x. Now we want the curve for sine 2x. Now what we have to do here? So shape of graph will remain same.
Values alone divided by 2.
Only we have to do one thing. We are scaling x-axis, right? So here, actually, see, first see the graph. So this point will become pi by 4. Previously it was pi by 2. Now we have to divide all the values on x-axis by 2. So pi by 2 will become pi by 2. And pi will become this pi by 2. This 3 pi by 2 will become 3 pi by